everyone, welcome to My Ways to Nail This blog. I have someone here that I met a few years ago. Everyone, welcome Jozina Z. Campbell. Welcome.
Hey everyone, hi. Thank you for having me.
Of course, you're my girl.
Yes, yes.
uh, yeah. So, Z, please tell everyone about yourself.
Yes, as Janelda mentioned, my name is Jozina. I go by Z. I like to say multifaceted. I come from Queens, New York, and I am a host 24/7 for my show and platform Z Talk TV. And by day, I am a project manager. And there's just so many other parts to me. I like to consider myself a creative. And yeah, I'll keep it short and sweet.
There you go. And Z, so speaking of, your career, you started Z Talk TV in 2019, collaborated with multimedia company YV Media as a platform for young goal-getters that shaped entrepreneurs, artists, creatives, like you touched base about it, tech leaders, and many other today's professionals. Now, Z, what made you wanted to create your show Z Talk? And can you please elaborate more to the viewers about your platform?
Yes. So my career in communications, as well as just being a host, and just connecting with people, started very young. I was always known to be the chatterbox. I was always known to, like, she can't keep her mouth shut. But little did people know, or little did I know, is that I had this talent within me to just use my voice and use the power of my voice. I would say in high school is when I started to really tap into, like, okay, like journalism might be my thing, you know? I did the newspaper, and then shortly after transitioning, as I, like, later in high school, I started to realize, like, writing wasn't much of my thing in terms of, like, the journalism space. And I was like, okay, like, let me try it in front of the camera. And I started doing field reporting, like, programs outside of high school, and that started to feel more comfortable. Fast forward into college, I was on the news station, and I was like, okay, I wanted to be a news anchor. But life changes, we change, we grow. And coming out of college, I was like, well, not even coming out of college, like towards the end of college, I was like, I don't resonate with the media space so much. I don't resonate with wanting to be on a news station. I want something that's more personal, connecting with people, sharing people's stories. But I didn't find that right away. As mentioned, I bumped into my business partner at a listening party, and I started doing interviews for his platform. And then he realized, like, we got to do something here, you know? But sometimes God just sends you, like, things on your plate, or just sends you messages, and it just happens because that's what you're meant to do. And I just knew that I wanted to create a platform because I saw so many people of our generation choosing entrepreneurship, right? And the younger generation after us, they're seeing that. And it may look easy, it may look like, oh, that's like the fun thing to do. People look so successful, don't work a 9 to 5, but you don't really know the true story. You don't know what it really takes to pursue entrepreneurship, or what it means to keep a business going at a young age. So I wanted to create a platform for people of our generation, of my community, that are doing their thing, and for them to talk about what it means to them, what the journey is like, and how they're shaping lives. So this platform that I created, Z Talk, is not even for me. It's to give other people a voice, to share the story of entrepreneurship, so other entrepreneurs and people that are inspired can relate and find something to comfort them along their journey.
Right, right, right. And then now you touched base about like getting insight like from your community. What else, like what has helped you to create your platform? Was it also from school? Did you have like a mentor that helped you to create your platform?
So my business partner has been like a really big guiding light in terms of the ins and outs of creating this platform. But just like me, he's learning as well. We've learned a lot. Just from my experience of journalism in college, being on the news station, I had an understanding of what it means to put a show together, but you
Right.
don't know until you're in the knit of it. I learned a lot along the way, to be honest. Learned a lot of lessons along the way, and still learning now. And the community itself is just through networking, college,
Right.
going to events, other people in my field, social media, just my network mostly, and as well as just doing it and learning along the way.
Right, right, right. No, network does help because that's how we met. So,
Yeah, girl. Yes, yes, yes. And we're in the same media space, so yeah.
yes,
Mhm.
yes. And then speaking of your show, so who was your favorite interviewee
Oh
from season
God.
one or two, and why?
I don't want to do that now. Don't want to do that. Um, I won't say my favorite. Man, that's tough. I've talked to so many people. Um,
I can give
I,
you my favorite.
you can tell me your favorite because I don't think I'm gonna choose a favorite. I want to say that I've definitely learned and was interested by a lot of people's stories.
Right,
I
right,
would say a common theme that I found throughout just interviewing everybody is that a lot of people kind of just have a very small idea or have something that they didn't even think was going to take them that far, and it did. I
hmm
think that's the common theme, and the thing that intrigued me the most is that people often think like this big idea started out as a big idea, and often it started out as something small, and it grew beyond most of my guesses' ideas.
right.
Um, I don't have a favorite. I love all my guests. I've learned
No,
something from each of them. Well, who was your favorite?
right. Yeah, and no, I can touch base on that too. I know how that feels like. Of course, that's the meaning of having them in your show, especially for me. I love all my interviewees. And speaking of that, I would say season one,
Okay.
because of course, I can understand. I started out in blogging,
Mhm.
interviewing, and so my favorite one is I believe she's the last one. I forgot her name, but she mentioned how. I'm sorry.
Scarlett, Isa.
Yes, yes. And I believe she's the one with the comedian background.
Yes, yes.
Yes. And
That's
she
my girl.
also, what was that?
So that's my girl too.
And I guess for that one, her interview was because, I have my master's degree and I can understand, where you have your degree and sometimes it doesn't end up where you want to head unless you want to work on something you really love to do. I mean, for me, of course, it's new media journalism, so it's what I want to do as of right now. But I can understand how she feels like after you get your master's degree and then you just trying to figure things out what's best for you for your life and your career. So,
You're always growing. Like,
right.
just even where I started with using my voice, like you're always growing. What resonates now doesn't resonate 5 years from now. I mean,
hmm
sometimes even looking back at season one, like there's things I'm like, okay, like I've seen how much I've grown. I see what I can work on. Even in season two, like you're never the same person, and you learn so much along the way just through life's lessons, and that's okay.
Right, right.
There's no
Yeah,
rules to this.
exactly. And again, that's why I like your season one. I can understand. You start off and it's an experience. You just gotta press the gas pedal and go for it. And I loved it. So,
Thank you. I'm humble. Thank you.
yes. Yes, girl. And then speaking of careers, according to CNBC's article titled as Gen Z and Millennials are leading the big quit in 2023, why nearly 70% plan to leave their jobs. Several of the statements mentioned those who quit without a new job in hand are likely to find a new role with reduced hours through temporary gig or part time work or decide to start their own business. Younger generations are the most likely to inspire to be their own boss, with 76% of Gen Z and millennials saying that this is a goal compared to 63% of those who are Gen X and older, according to a September 2022 Microsoft report, which surveyed 20,000 people in 11 countries. Also, a statement from the article. Andrew Seaman, managing editor for jobs and career development at LinkedIn, says, referring to the COVID-19 recession and the Great Recession of 2007, respectively, these generations are used to economic turmoil and roller coaster conditions of the labor market, he explains. A lot of younger workers understand that their jobs aren't secure and they might have to find a new one tomorrow. That kind of attitude can breed confidence in a person because they're prepared for the worst outcome. which this was published on January 18th, 2023. Now, Z, what are your opinions from the statements I read to you, and do you agree or disagree, and why?
Where do I start? I could definitely relate. You know, I started my, as mentioned, I'm a project manager by day.
Mhm.
I started my project management career in, I think it was 2018 or 2019. And that job led me right into the pandemic. And when the pandemic came around, even before the pandemic started, that job started to really take a toll on me, take a toll on my mental health, just a really big toll on me. Something I never experienced before because I had just graduated from college a few years ago. And I was like, okay, like, I'm not feeling okay. And I don't think my job is supposed to make me feel this way. Like, I think I need to step away. So I took a very short break, and then I started another job in the same project management space. And I learned real quick that it was causing me the same type of like feelings. And I was like, no, I can't do this. In the middle of 2021, I just quit. Like, I literally just quit my job. And for many, that's scary. For me, it was scary. For my family, they were like, what are you doing?
Right.
But I was like, I can't do this to myself. Like, I can't even show up for this job because I'm not okay. And I had no answers, but life was still gonna be life. I still needed money somehow. Like, I had no answers. And it was scary. But I took it day by day, and then it led me to the job that I'm currently at, and I'm in a really healthy space with this job. And looking back now, like, I do not regret it. I learned so much about myself, and I'm happy that I chose myself because these jobs are always going to choose them. These employers are always going to choose them. And
Exactly.
if you go up tomorrow, you will be replaced tomorrow. So I think that it's amazing to see that, you know, people are putting themselves first in the workspace, that people are, you know, not afraid to take that leap, not afraid to bet on themselves, because at the end of the day, like, what's meant for you is meant for you. You shouldn't allow any job to stress you out. And
Right.
companies will let you go. So I could definitely relate, and I definitely respect it. I think at the end of the day, like, you know, we're all here for a reason. We're all here for a purpose, you know? And if there's something within you that's like, start this project, and if it means you have to leave something else behind to start that project, walk in your light, follow your path, do what you gotta do. So I'm not surprised, and that's, like I said, that's the basis of why I started my show, because I see that, you know, and I find it very intriguing that, you know, this big shift is happening amongst our generation, and I think it's worth, you know, paying attention to.
Right. Everything you just touched base is yes. You gotta think about your mental health. Are you happy? Do you see longevity? This is true. Generation Z and, you know, millennials are job hopping. There's nothing to hide about this, because, you know,
and I
you
think it's
just can't take
important
it.
for companies to recognize that and kind of like, you know, see how to adjust their structure to that. You know, if they see that, you know, who are now their hiring market, who they're going to be hiring are making these type of moves, then you got to adjust your structure and just adjust your incentives, adjust why people should work with your company, that it doesn't feel like you're just joining a company, but something that people are actually passionate to be a part of.
Right.
Don't get me wrong, I'll never knock the 9 to 5, because your 9 to 5 can fund your dreams. And entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. You know, that's another narrative that I don't push. Like, entrepreneurship isn't for everybody. Your 9 to 5 can take you far. The main purpose is are you happy, and are you walking in your light? Are you walking in, you know, your passion, something that is passionate?
Exactly. Since Black History Month is around the corner, Z, what do you think about
Black
today's
history is
media?
24/7, 365 days a year.
That too.
Might I say? But yes.
Right. What do you think about today's media versus 20 years ago for women and men of color? What do you think?
We've come a extremely long way. That goes without saying. We've come an extremely long way. We're showing up in spaces. Our work is being honored. Our work is being showcased. Our work is long overdue being awarded. We've come a long way, but I would still say, like, we still got a long way to go at the same time. But I want to say that our creativity is starting to be spotlighted. Our creativity is starting to be appreciated. And it means a lot. It means a lot to be recognized in spaces that we have not been recognized before, as well as even if we're not accepted in certain spaces, we're so confident now in creating our own spaces and
Right.
shining that and attracting other people to be a part of our spaces. You know, I'm so proud of the culture, and I'm very excited to see like how we continue to make a change in this world. You know, we've been doing this, and I'm just happy that we're finally getting the recognition for it.
Right, right. And we're still celebrating.
Yes. Yes.
Now, do you have any upcoming interviews or plans for your show this year, Z? Anything?
Yes, big things. Like I said before, when I started Z Talk, or just not even just me, but like a lot of times when us creatives start platforms, small idea graduates to big ideas. So season 3 will be coming this year for sure. And there's many other things that I want to expand the platform, expand the name, expand Z in many different ways. But season 3 is definitely coming this year. So stay tuned, follow the platforms, follow my website, catch up on season 1, season 2, follow, subscribe, comment, show me some love.
Oh, don't worry. I'm definitely gonna watch season 2 next. And then also the last thing I want to ask, what advice do you have for women or men that wants to create their own digital platform? What advice do you have for those individuals?
See, my mind goes two ways when you say that. The first thing I automatically think is that my advice may not be the advice for somebody else, because we're all walking different paths and we're all going to have different experiences. But what I would say, that if you are going to enter this space, to know yourself, to start off by really knowing and having an understanding of yourself while you're starting, while you're doing it. Because there's going to be a lot of discouragement along the way. There's going to be a lot of things that are disappointing. You might find that like when you thought you would be supported or not, there's so many lessons that you'll learn right away, and continuing lessons. But if you are deeply rooted in why you started, as well as understanding that you're in this space for a reason, and you're in these spaces for a reason, connecting with the right people, don't lose sight of that. You know, you got to be your own cheerleader. Definitely
Yes,
definitely network and build a strong community around you of supporters, as well as people in your team to keep you grounded. That would be my biggest advice.
Thank you so much, Z. Now, I hope you have time, just
Yes.
like my other interviewees. I got a trivia.
Uh-oh. I am on the opposite end this time around. I'm the one asking questions and doing trivia, so I am nervous.
I think you got this. It's easy.
I hope so.
Got it. I will ask you 3 questions by me.
Okay.
IMDb in Google. So
okay.
I'm gonna ask you some questions that's relatable to you, and might be some celebrity questions,
All right.
Political.
Godspeed.
I think you got this. You got this.
All right.
So, are you ready?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay. All right, Z. So, first question: what is the capital of New York?
Albany.
That is correct.
Okay. Well, I would hope I know that.
So this is a true or false.
Okay.
So, true or false? Is this correct or is it wrong? Okay. According to IMDb, they mentioned about Reverend Run. So, did Reverend Run, was he born in Queens, New York, or not?
That's true.
Again?
That's true.
You think?
All right, now say it again.
You sure? I'm just trying to trick you, that's all. So, true or false? Reverend Run, I'm gonna make it simple. Reverend Run was not born from Queens, New York.
Where was he born then?
I don't know.
He was born in Queens, New York. I feel like I know that. I'm from Queens. Like, he was not. Don't play with me. You're
right. No, it's right.
Okay,
I'm just trying to trick you. Like, he's not from, like, basically I was asking, like, like, was Reverend Run not born in Queens, New
Or you're
York?
trying
So
to say
I'm tricking you.
words. I see that. Okay.
But no, it is true. Reverend Run, according to IMDb, born in Queens, New York. That is correct.
Big Queens, yes.
Now, last question.
Okay.
Who is the House representative for New York's 14th district?
Lost to me.
Okay, give you another hint.
All right,
This
yeah.
person is very smart, and she is a millennial. She's from the Bronx.
I know the face.
You know
But
the
I know
right?
the name. Oh my God. I know the face.
See if you know. I mean, the person have a short nickname, right? No.
No, I know it's in my brain. Like I just don't know her name, and this is bad.
No,
Yeah, I
you
don't know her
good.
name, but I know who you're talking about. I know exactly who you're talking about.
How about this? What's the person name start with? Like what letter?
Girl, mm-mm. Like
No.
it's the face. I know the face.
Um. So you know who it is. Okay.
I know who it is.
How about this? Is this person a male or female?
She's a female.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. It
She's
is
a female.
AOE.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
I don't know her name, but I know exactly what she looks like.
Yes, and she is the youngest woman to serve in the U.S. Congress. AOE, yes. Alexandra, yes. But yeah, that is it. So, I did enjoy having you here, Z. It
Thank
was
you. Yes, thank you
fun.
for having me. This was fun. I want to say this is my first interview on the opposite side. Thank you.
Really?
Thank you so much. Yes, thank you so much.
Really? I'm thinking like, oh, she's been to all interviews.
This is my
But no,
first
you're
interview
natural.
that I can remember at least. God forgive me. Yeah, this is the first interview that I can remember since I've started my platform. So thank you for creating a space.
Of
Thank you.
course.
This
Of
was good.
course.
Thank
Of
you.
course. Yes, you're welcome. And before we go here, everyone, I keep mentioning how Z and I we know each other and everything, but 5 years ago we met at New York. I flew to New York. She's from New York, but I flew to New York for an audition with Z for WEEN, which is stand for Women Empowerment Entertainment and Network. Or
Yes.
yeah, which was co-founded by Felicia Butterfield Jones. We went there to see we can, be part of the program. And just one of those things that Felicia did mention during the process that even if we don't make it through the program, never know if, to this day, like right now with D and I, we stay
And
connected
network.
and
Yes.
network, stay
Mhm.
that friendship and everything. So that's how Z and I met. And still this day, you know, support each other, connect with each other, you know, keep that Caribbean vibe.
Jamaica.
How you saying hey? But yeah, that's how we met and everything. But again, Z, is there anything you want to say to everyone or touch base? What speak upon?
Yes. Keep following your dreams, everybody. Life is gonna be life, but keep pushing, keep grinding, make sure you're okay internally. But follow your dreams and whatever that is, don't let life ever get you discouraged. Just keep going. And follow Z Talk TV for motivation, inspiration. And yeah.
All right.
Big
And
things
then where everyone can, oh, I'm sorry, go ahead, Z.
saying big things coming.
Exactly. And where can people follow you, Z?
Yes, you can follow Z Talk TV across the platforms, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Also have a website, ztalktv.com. Also on YouTube, Z Talk TV. Yes, yes.
All right. So, but yes, Z, thank you so much to be a part of My Way Janela's blog. I appreciate it.
Yes, and then we appreciate you for creating a space.
Oh, thank you.